Hello everyone. So I hope last class you have seen my video. I hope you are understanding my chapter. Okay, this is a very easy chapter but very bit lengthy chapter. Here today I am going to start a IUPAC nomenclature, which is an important part of this chapter. Sometimes what happen that in a section D 4-mark question, so complete 4-mark question they will not ask any question. What they will do? They will give you the 4 coordinate complex and they will just ask you the IUPAC naming. Halwa question, very easy question. So this topic is very important. Here certain rules I have written. These rules are written according to me. Okay, if you remember these rules, you can write any of the name and whatever the start some bit are there I will tell you. But when you go to study, the rules which are given in the textbook are a bit clumsy. So what my suggestion is, first you see my this complete video, understand, start to write the names, and then you go and read the textbook. It will be understanding to you. Clear? Chalo. So here I have written certain IUPAC nomenclature rules for coordinate complex compound. For coordinate complex compound. Okay, today many things we are going to study, and each and everything if you remember, the life will be easy and you can understand easily, because next 2 to 3 class we will do number of IUPAC nomenclature which are given in the textbooks, which are given out of the textbook, which has been asked in the exam. So number of nomenclature we are going to do, so please focus here. Okay, chalo, ready? See, IUPAC nomenclature, the first rule for the coordinate complex compound is always you mention the cation first and then anion. In coordinate complex, first cation is mentioned and then anion is mentioned, irrespective of whether complex is given is cationic complex or anionic complex. See, complex compound can be differentiated into 2. First, either they are having the cationic complex, or they will be having anionic complex, or they will be having neutral complex. See beta how? See, cationic complex, for example, I can write down, this is the cationic complex, for example Fe, then I can write down CN6Cl. See, here you can see the complex is first part is cation always, another part is anion. So this I call as a cationic complex. Clear? So always whether it is a cationic complex or anionic complex, suppose see K4 Fe CN6. Now this is a anionic complex. Okay, or they can give you certain I mean to tell neutral complex also. If you go to see the neutral complex, it will be like see, this is the neutral complex. See the difference between these 3. This is cationic complex because the first complex itself is cation. So complex part is cation, so cationic complex. Complex part is anion, so anionic complex, neutral. So whether it is a cationic complex or whether it is an anionic complex, first mention the cation and then anion. Here first I have to give the cationic complex plus chloride, and I will say what I will say here, complex name plus chloride I will tell. Yes or no? Because Cl is minus, Cl minus means chloride. Here K is plus, so I will say here potassium plus complex name. Whatever the complex name, I will teach you how to write down this. Okay, potassium plus complex name. Just you give here complex name. That's it. Complex name. Suppose, clear this part? That's it. So here first is cation, so always mention first cation and then you mention the anion. So first mention the cation and then you mention the anion. This is the cationic complex, so first write down the complex name, then chloride. First write down the cation, here cation is potassium, then the complex name, just complex name. That's it. Clear this part? Okay. Ligands are mentioned in alphabetic order. Now if you see in the complex part, there will be the ligand. If there are more than one ligand, then the ligand are mentioned in the alphabetic order irrespective of their charge. Suppose in the complex there are 2 or more ligands, and the different ligand will have a different charge, so we do not see the charge, we are going to see their names, and based on their names alphabetically order, first you have to mention the ligands, then you have to mention the center metal atom, followed by the valency in the circular bracket in Roman letter, followed by the circular bracket in the Roman letter. For example, here I will write down, first I should mention the ligand, which is the ligand here, cyano. So I will write down here hexacyano, then CMA, center metal atom, iron, then followed by valency, whatever the valency should be in the Roman letter, here valency will come in Roman letter, valency in Roman letter. And how to find the center metal atom valency I have told. Okay, this part. So if you now here starts to give the name of the complex. From second point I am telling you how to give the name to the complex. So this part I am teaching about this, how to give this complex name, how to give this complex name, how to give this complex name. So in complex name always first mention the ligands. If there are more than one ligand, give the ligand in terms of alphabetic order. After writing the name of the ligands, go to the central metal atom name. In central metal atom name, so central metal atom name is written, then followed a circular bracket. In that circular bracket you have to mention the valency of central metal atom in the term of Roman letters. Clear this part? Next point. No space should be given while writing the complex. See here I cannot write them like this. Hexa, cyano, iron. Wrong. This is wrong. I cannot give the space. This space must not be given while writing the complex. The complex name should be written all together. So no space should be given. No space should be given while writing the complex name. No space should be given while writing the complex name. I cannot write down hexa space, cyano space, iron. No. Here potassium. For writing the complex only. Then here hexa, cyano, iron, I write down here valency. Then I can give the space and I can write down the chloride. Okay. But for writing a whole complex, never give the spaces. After writing the complex, remaining part you can give the space and you can write down the name. But for writing the complex name, whole complex name should be not given with any space. The whole complex name should be written without giving the space. Whole complex name should be given without writing the, whole complex name should be written without giving the space. If ligands are more than one, then give the suffix as bi, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta. Okay. If there are 2 ligands, di, 3 ligands, tri, 1 ligand, don't give mono. Mono, don't give. For 1 ligand, no mono. But for 2, di, 3 tri, 4 tetra, 5 penta, 6 hexa, hepta, octa. Okay, this part. So if ligands are more than one, then give the suffix as that ligand as di, tri, penta, hexa, hepta. If this point is very important, very important. Suppose, see here now, take a screenshot first. Chalo. Now if there is an inorganic ligand is involved. Now sir, what is this organic ligand? See, I told you no, ethane 1,2-diamine, ethane 1,2-diamine, then DMG. Last class if you have seen, propane 1,2,3-triamine. Yes or no? 1,2,3-triamine, then propane 1,2-diamine. So these all are okay. Then ACAC, acetinato, acetate, acetato, acetenato. Yes or no? ACAC. If last video if you have seen, you will understand. These all are organic ligands. If in a question, if there are organic ligand and the organic ligand is like this, they have given 2 here, 3 they have given, 4, here again 2, here again 5, then what you will say? You will say diethane 1,2-diamine. No, wrong. So in an organic ligand is there which is more than one, then the suffix is used here is bis. For 2 you have to use not di, no di. if this is an inorganic ligand. So if an inorganic, sorry, it is an organic ligand. If organic ligand is involved, which is more than 2, then di should not come. Di, tri, tetra, penta should not come. The name will differ. For 2 you have to say bis. For 3 you have to say tris. For 4 you have to say tetrakis. For 5 you have to say pentakis. Okay, 6 you have to say hexakis, and so on. Clear? When this name will give bis, tris, tetrakis and all, when the inorganic ligand is involved. Sir, how to identify inorganic ligand? Certain you remember, but see, suppose ethane 1,2-diamine is given in the question. You are getting ethane 1,2-diamine. Take a screenshot first. I will tell you how to identify. See here. Suppose in the question ethane 1,2-diamine is given. How to identify whether to give bis or di? Suppose in a speed, somewhere you got here like this. In a complex you got like this. You got like this. Somewhere in a complex you got like this, suppose. Now you know this is an ethane 1,2-diamine, so in hurry, what you will do? You will write like this: di ethane 1,2-diamine. Now think, this di and di can come? No. Because of here di, you cannot write here di. Here you have to write down bis. So this is the identification to identify. Whenever this numbering kind of ligands are coming, one more shortcut: if numbering type of ligands come, numbering type of ligand. So what do you mean by numbering type of ligand? Ethane 1,2-diamine, propane 1,2,3-triamine, propane 1,3-diamine, propane 1,2-diamine. Yes or no? Glycinato, acetinato, something you remember like DMG, then gly, GLY, acetinato, ACAC. These all are organic ligands. This you mug it up. But for a shortcut, simple shortcut, I am telling you, whenever you see the ligand which is named according to the numbering ligand. Numbering ligand means ethane 1,2-diamine, propane 1,2-diamine, propane 1,2,3-triamine, propane 1,3-diamine. So this kind of ligand will use the suffix bis, tris, tetrakis and all. Clear? Suppose see here, I cannot write down here di ethane 1,2-diamine. See here also di, here also di. No, wrong. Bis ethane 1,2-diamine. So if number of type of ligand is involved in complex, then suffix will be used as follow. For 1, no suffix. For 2, bis. For 3, tris. For 4, tetrakis. For 5, pentakis. For 6, hexakis, and so on. Clear? So if you are involving a numbering type of ligand, this is very important key point, that's why I am going in detail. So this is one shortcut. If numbering type of a ligand is involved, and that numbering type of a ligand are nothing but organic ligand. So if numbering type of a ligands are involved, then you should use the suffix as not di, tri, tetra, penta. No, wrong. You should use the suffix as 2 for bis, tris, tetrakis, pentakis, etc. Clear? So take a screenshot now, write on this. Written? Okay. Next is if complex is given negative or positive. Suppose like this complex is given. Suppose see here. If complex is given only negative or positive, suppose I have given like this: FeCN4 minus 2, suppose, or another complex I can give you is like this: CrH2O4 Cl2 plus 3. Clear? Now this is an only negative and this is only positive, means these are ions. So like chloride ion, sodium ion. We are not telling this as sodium. We will say sodium ion, we will say chloride ion. Yes or no, beta? So similarly, when If complex is given only negative or positive, means if only cation complex or anionic complex is given. Here negative or positive, it means to tell that if complex is given only anionic complex or cationic complex. Now here there is given only anionic complex, here they have given only cationic complex, then what to do? Then you first write down the complex name plus ion, that's it. Just then ion is mentioned after writing the name, that's it. First you write down this complex name and then you write down the ion. Similarly also you write down the complex name, whatever the name of the complex, then you write down the ion. So this is the construction. Clear? First you mention the complex name and then you mention the ion. If only the cationic or anionic complex name they have asked, then only. If whole molecule is given, no ion. If only cationic complex name they have asked or only anionic complex they have asked, then after writing the complex name according to these rules, you mention at the end ion. You mention the name ion. Clear? Clear this part? Ready? Chalo. So now we will see how to the name the certain type of a ligand. If it is an anionic ligand, what is the name should given? Cationic ligand, it's very less. Okay, anionic ligand we have many and we have neutral ligand. So I will give you the certain names to mention, and these names what I am going to write down here, you should remember, you should mug it up. If you don't remember, gone. Clear? Chalo. So ready? Take a screenshot, pause the video for 15 to 20 minutes, study this and then you see my video back. Ready this part? Chalo. Write down the suffix used for, write down, sorry, suffix used for cation and anion for writing complex name. Which kind of suffix it will be used? I will write down here, write down this. Suffix used for writing the complex, suffix used for cation and anion for writing the complex. See here, suppose you have neutral ligand, then you give the name as it is. Okay, so neutral name is given as it is. Like suppose, see, it is ethylene diamine, ethane 1,2-diamine, then just you mention En, that's it. Like propane 1,2,3-triamine, PN, then PTN, propane 1,2,3-triamine. Okay, this I have given, so gave as it is. Now, if it is a water, it's also a neutral ligand, no water, then you mention the name aqua. So for water, aqua will come. So for neutral ligand, there are two parts. Like this type of a neutral ligand, give the name as it is. En, PN, PTN, or clear? But water is coming, so you should not say water, you should say aqua, not aquo. Aquo is wrong, huh? No, aquo. Aqua. Suppose ammonia is coming, then you should mention the name amine, double amine. If you write down this amine, wrong. But in ethane 1,2-diamine, only M. But for ammonia especially, remember, double M will come. Ammonia, so double M, amine. So for NH3, what did you write down? Amine. Clear? So these are the certain neutral ligands will be used. One more is there CO. So mention carbonyl. Carbonyl. Okay. And then any other is there? No. One more is there NO. So mention the name as nitrosyl. Nitrosyl. NO means nitrosyl, I guess. Okay. NO is nitrosyl. Write down this. Okay. En and PTN all I have given. Okay. NO is nitrosyl. Okay. Then NO2 and NO plus. I am not adding here NO plus. Okay. This is only NO. So nitrosyl. mention the name as nitrosyl. NO wherever you see, mention the name nitrosyl. Clear? In anionic ligand, suffix is used. So here suffix is used here is O. O. Whatever the name, suppose this is Cl minus. Now we are calling as what? Chloride. Yes or no? So instead of suffix is used O instead of E. જ્યાં પર E છે ત્યાં O કરી નાખવાનું, ક્લોરીડો. Br માઇનસ, સો બ્રોમિડો. આને આપણે કહેશું બ્રોમાઇડ. પર રૂલ કહે છે, IUPAC રૂલ કહે છે સફિક્સ O યુઝ કરો ઇન્સ્ટેડ ઓફ E. તો સફિક્સ એટલે પછી E ની જગ્યાએ શું લગાવી દેવાનું? O. So suffix should be used O instead of E. So not bromide, it should be bromido. Clear this part? Now see here. Now here there are two kind of words. Now see this. Cl minus you can call as chloro or chlorido. Both are valid. But I suggest to use this. But this is also not wrong. I suggest to use this. Br minus beta. Either you use bromo or you use bromido. Both are same. But I suggest to use bromido. I minus iodo or iodido. Both are. But I suggest you to use this. Cn minus cyano or cyanido. Okay, you use here this also and this also. Both are same. Both are correct answer. Not an issue. In your book they have used here this cyanido. In your book they have used cyanido, but in other books if you see they have used cyano also. So both same. Both same. So do not worry. Okay. Next. These are the certain this much only. Okay. For this case you can use both. For this much case 1, 2, 3, 4. For this 4 case you can use both the name. Then remaining I will tell you, but remember these are the exception. Therefore Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, Cn minus, you can use chloro or chlorido, bromo or bromido, iodo or iodido, cyano or cyanido. Clear? So this is the exception. Both name can be used only for this 4. But if I go further now, see for example if I use, now see here, Cn minus, cyano, cyanido, similarly Nc minus, suppose. Here spaces are there, no beta? One will come. So if Nc, so you know Cn minus cyano or cyanido, but if coming Nc, if the bond is through N, bond is through N. So remember what I told, when bond is through N, isocyano or isocyanide. Yes or no? Remember this, no? Ambident ligand, it can bond through C also, it can bond through N also. So bond through C, cyano or cyanide. Bond through N, isocyano or isocyanide. Clear this part? Okay. Now next comes, next is CO3 2 minus. Then what to give the name for CO3? What to give the name? So for CO3, the name should be given is carbonato. It is carbonate. Carbonate. But instead of T, you have to, instead of E, you have to put what? O. Better CO3 is something but carbonate ion, no? CO3 2 minus, I am writing here only CO3 because in the question only CO3 will be given. Here only Cl will be given, Br only will be given, I only will be given because I am mentioning no anionic ligand, this one are anion. Okay. So now here CO3, so you have to tell, you know CO3 means carbonate ion, carbonate O. E should be replaced with O, that's it, carbonato. Then NO2, suppose now here NO2 also 2 case. NO2 means you write down here nitrito N. If bonding is through N, so this NO2 represent bonding through N, so you have to give the name nitrito N. But if it is written in the question like this ONO, so this represent that bonding of NO2 is through O. This represent that bonding of NO2 is through N. And this represent that bonding of N is through O. So whenever in the question NO2 is given, you should give the name nitrito N. If ONO is given, you should give the name as nitrito O. Clear? Nitrito O. Next is OX2 minus. If I don't have also the work means OX means here oxalato. OX2 minus means or OX or OX2 minus oxalato. Then here SCN. Again see here SCN. If bond is through S, if S is given here, then you have to give here thiocyaneto because bond is through S. So thiocyaneto. If bond is through N, iso will come, no? So if SCN is given in the question, so thiocyaneto. Yes or no? Or similarly here if you see, if it is reverse, NCS, it is also ambident ligand, no? One type of. So if through this, if bond is through S, then thiocyaneto S. You can mention here S also, sorry. Thiocyaneto S. If bond is through N, so this will be the formula NCS, then you give the name thiocyaneto N. Thiocyaneto N. Clear this part? So this suffix you should remember. If you don't remember, it will go. OH minus. For OH minus hydroxo or hydroxido, both name can be given, hydroxo or hydroxido, but I suggest to give here as hydroxo. You can give the hydroxido also. Clear? That's it. If others are there, I will tell you. And you know NO plus, nitrosyl. NO is nitrosyl, okay? If others are there, you can leave here 4 to 5 lines of your page. If others are there, I will write down. We don't have any kind of positive ligand, okay? One only there, NO2 plus nitronium, nitrosyl. NO plus, NO2 plus nitrosyl. But wherever here NO2 come, nitrate will be used. Nitrito or nitrito O. Clear? So this much if you remember, you can solve each and every question. Just my suggestion is, whenever this kind of ligands are coming, no, ethane 1,2-diamine, PN, PTN, DMG, this is also one neutral ligand, DMG, ACAC, these all are neutral ligand, right? So whenever this kind of ligands come, please you remember that here you have to use what? These all are DMG, ACAC, or this, if you don't know also it's okay, but DMG is coming, ACAC is coming, or this naming kind of ligand is coming, no, Bistris, Tetrakis, you should remember this. If you don't remember, it will gone. So for DMG also Bistris, ACAC also Bistris, GLY, GLY, you can see my previous video. For GLY also Bistris. Okay, this Bistris will be creating very confusion. You have to be remember and you have to be very cautious. Clear this part? So I will start one by one giving the name. Okay, try TPH, triphenylphosphine. So this all name you should remember. Clear this part? We'll solve hard questions also, but we'll start from easy to very tough questions. Okay, take a screenshot, then I'll move to the next part of the video. Clear? So take a screenshot, remember this, mug it up, understand. So now understood completely? Clear? So now we'll start to give the name. Before giving the name, I would like to discuss one more thing. See, either it will be cationic complex, yes or no? Either it will be anionic complex, clear? Or it will be, I mean to tell, what I mean to tell? Neutral complex. Yes or no? See, I am giving this for metal. How to give the name for metal? Suppose a metal which is present in the cationic complex, then you should say as it is. Whatever the name of the metal, as it is name is given. As it is name is given. I will tell you example, don't worry. But if it is an anionic complex, then metal should be given with suffix ate. So suffix ate should be used. So metal name should be metallate. Metallate. Okay. Neutral also you give as it is. As it is, give the name. As it is, you give the name. Clear? Chalo. So suppose if I give the name for the, suppose Ca, if metal is given is Ca, then if it is in cationic complex, give the name as it is, chromium. But if it is an anionic complex, you should say chromate. Clear? Neutral complex, chromium as it is. If suppose it is platinum, followed by the valency in the bracket with the Roman letter, that is compulsory, but just to give the name. After writing the metal, you should write down the valency in the circular bracket. Platinum. So here Pt means you should write down as the name here given as it is, platinum. But here you should give the name as platinate. What the name should be given? Platinate. Here also write down the platinum. Clear? Then if suppose if it is here cobalt, Cu. So give the name as it is, cobalt. But here you should say cobaltate. If it is in what? Anionic complex. Cobaltate you should say. Here also cobalt. Followed by the valency in the circular bracket in the terms of a Roman letters. One more we will see. Say iron, Fe. If iron is there, give the name as it is, as iron. But when you come to the complex, you should not say ironate. Say ferrate. This you check it out here. Okay. This is one star mark. Ferrate. Here iron only. Followed by the circular bracket, valency in the Roman letters. Clear? Chalo. So we'll start from one by one now. Clear, students? Can we start from now? See, first 2-3 examples I will tell you. From that you have to understand. Clear? Chalo. Take a screenshot. Take it. See here now. First example is K4 Fe CN6. Now this is an anionic complex. So in anionic complex, metal should be given as metallate, separate it. Here it will come K plus and Fe CN6 minus 4. Whatever the names, what you have seen, no, cyanone, cyanidone, chlorido, this all should be, name should be given to those anion when they are in complex only. But if they are outside of the complex, then you should see, give the name as it is, like cyanide means cyanide, chloride, bromide. But if that all, if they are in the complex, then only you should say cyanido and chlorido and bromido. Okay. First you calculate the oxidation number for this metal. So Fe or valency 6 into Cn equal to minus 4 Fe. Now but a cyanide is a negative complex which is having minus 1 charge, Cn minus. So minus 4 Fe minus 6 equal to minus 4, Fe is equal to plus 2. Now remember what I told to give the name. How to give the name, beta? First you should mention the complex. And what is the complex here? First you should mention the cation. Which is the cation here? Potassium. Potassium. And you should give the space between the cation and anion. But the space should not be given while writing the complex. That is important key point. Always a space should be mentioned between cation and anion, but space should not be given while writing the complex. Now I will give one space to write down the anion. Now what is anion? Now this anion is complex. So remember what second rule says. Second rule says mention the first ligand. Mention the first ligand. Which is the ligand here? Cyano. And if there are more than one ligand, mention the prefix as 1 for 2 for di, tri, penta, hexa. So how many are there? Hexa. Which is the ligand here? Cyano or cyanido, both will work. Fe. Now remember, Fe whenever it is an anionic complex, so name should be given as ferrate. Yes or no? See my video previous slide. So iron, if it is in a cationic complex, iron. But if iron, if it is an anionic complex, now it is an anionic complex, so you should give as ferrate, followed by the valence in the bracket 2. That's it. So potassium hexacyanoferrate 2. This will be the name. Write down this. Clear? Done, beta? So I will go for second. This all calculation should do behind of your page. Don't do here. Second question is nearly 10 to 15 question first you see, then only you try to solve. This is CrH2O 4 Cl2 Cl. Clear? Now split this. So this is Cr H2O4 Cl2 plus Cl minus. Now write down Cr 4 into H2O 2 into Cl equal to 1. So Cr, now beta H2O is a neutral ligand, so charge will come 0. Chlorine is anionic ligand, so minus 1 equal to 1. So Cr minus 2 equal to 1, Cr equal to 3. So Cr charge will come how many? 3 charges will come. Clear? Now see, try to give the name. See, now it is a cationic complex. So whenever cationic complex, metal should give as the name as it is. So remember the rule. First you should mention the ligand. If there are more than one ligand, go the naming according to the alphabetic order. Now see, this is a water. Remember what the water name should be given? Aqua. And this is chlorine, means chlorido. Yes or no? Now see, that chlorido, bromido, iodido should be only given when they are in the complex. If they are outside the complex, they should give the name as it is. Now see, this chlorine will get the name as chlorido, but this Cl will not get chlorido because this is outside, so it will get only chloride. Remember in this way, okay? So first who will win? First will win this water. So how many aqua are there? So there are tetra, aqua, chalo, this given name, this chlorine, how many other? 2. So di, and whenever Cl is inside, anionic complex is inside, whenever anionic ligand is inside the complex, suffix should be used is O. So how many other? 2, means dichlorido. Okay. Now come to the metal. So metal is chromium. Now it is in the cationic complex. So name should be given as it is. Chromium followed by the circular bracket valency Roman letter 3. So complex name I have given. Now give the space and add on the anionic part. So this is Cl. Now this Cl is outside of the complex. This Cl is outside of the complex. So should not be seen as chlorido. Should be given as name as it is. That is chloride. Chlorido, bromido, iodido, cyanido, or chloro, bromo, iodo. The name should be given only when they are inside the complex. Else not. Another name can be what? Tetraaqua dichloro chromium 3 chloride. Both name will come. Yes sir. So tetra aqua dichloro chromium 3 chloride. These both name are correct. Sir, which option should be select? Any one answer will be given in the option that you correct, that you select. Both will never will give. Sir, they are giving both, then select chlorido, you will get the answer correct. Clear this part? So these both name are correct, whether chlorido or chloro, you can give both because suffix O is used. Clear this part? Chalo, write down this. Can I go for the third name? Ready beta? Return, taken screenshot, return, chalo. So next, we'll see the third name. So third name is CrNH3 thrice, H2O thrice, Cl3. Write the IUPAC name. First you try to find the oxidation number for the chromium. So split this. Here it will come CrNH3 thrice, H2O thrice. The box valency is with Cl and Cl valency is with box. So what is the valency with box? That is +3. And what is the valency with box? 1. So Cl minus. Now take the oxidation number. Cr 3 into NH3, 3 into H2O plus 3. Cr, ammonia 0, water also 0 because they are neutral ligand. Cr equal to +3. Okay, now we'll start to give the name. The naming is, this is amine and this is aqua. Sir, both the letters are same. Now what to do? If you have a ligand in the complex and if you see both the letters, first letter are same, then go with the naming according to second letter. Here this name is amine and this name is aqua. So who will come first? So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. So this will come first, this will come second. I don't know ABCD. Okay. So this will come first, this will come second. So first, remember second rule. Second rule says what? First First cationic complex anionic, this is okay, correct. Second rule says first ligand should be mentioned. If there are more than one ligand, then give the name of the ligand according to alphabetic order. Which is the ligand here? This is the ligand first. Yes or no? So triamine. If you don't write down here, only M you will write down. For ammonia, it will be wrong. For ammonia, amine, double M will come. Okay? Triamine, chalo, this I have given. Then triaqua, chalo, this I have given. Now we come for the metal. So metal is in the cationic complex, but anionic complex, it is in the cationic complex. So name should be given as it is. Chromium, followed by the valency in the bracket. Which is the valency in the bracket? 3. So here 3. And remaining is Cl. Now Cl minus. Now this Cl is out of the complex. This Cl is out of the complex. So should not be given as chlorido. Should be given as chloride. Chloride. That's it. Clear? Okay, beta. Chalo. Last we will see. Then you copy out Pt, NH3, 5, Cl. Cl, Br3. So split this. So Pt, NH3, 5, Cl. Here plus 3, here Br minus. Write down the. So Pt plus 5 into ammonia plus Cl equal to plus 3. So Pt, ammonia is neutral ligand 0, chlorine is a negative ligand minus 1, 3. So Pt minus 1 equal to 3, Pt equal to 4. Now what is the name? See, first cationic complex. Second rule says what? First you should mention the ligand. There are two ligands. First is amine and this is chlorine. Now see here. So this Cl is inside the complex. So chlorido should be given. But this Br is outside of the complex. Bromido should not be given. Just to say bromide. Chlorido, bromido, iodido or chloro, bromo, iodo. The name should be always given only when they are in complex. Outside of the complex, give as it is. Okay. So who will win the race? First this. So write down here pentamine. Then only one chlorido, so don't say monochlorido, only chlorido. So pentamine chlorido. Then come to the metal. Chalo, this also given, this also. Come to the metal. Now metal is in the cationic complex, so you should give the name as it is. Platinum. Valency followed by the Roman letter 4. Space give bromide. That's it. Okay. Because Br is outside of the complex, don't say bromido, just say bromide, this Br minus. So in this way you have to give the names to number of the coordinate complex. We will solve number of the questions which are available. Do not worry about it. Okay. You practice with these 4 names. In the next class I will solve number of the questions, read the rules and do the questions as follows. Thank you.